What up, everybody? Here we are back in the continuation of this Command & Conquer Tiberian Dawn walkthrough through the Nod campaign. Here we are in the 4th mission within the Nod campaign, and get ready for a string of scenarios. Maybe the 5th one is a little bit different, but get ready for a string of scenarios in which you are really kind of playing the Nod style, I suppose, very contrary to the GDI style. Set up bases, overwhelm them with defenses and heavy armor units. Nod plays a very different style, as we discussed, relying on quick units, buggies, not recon bikes, and so forth. And this mission is a good example of that. What you stupid dog, watching my grandma's dog, barking everywhere, getting in my freaking way. Such a pain. Need to put a muzzle. Need to put a muzzle on that thing. Hold on, let me hear if you can hear it barking. Yep, that's definitely picking it up. Stupid dog. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. I like big dogs, like labs and stuff. This thing's a little dachshund. Just want to punt it sometimes. Literally want to go and punt it. It is not barking at anything. I don't know what is barking at. Anyways, continuing on to the important matters, you have to take out a village here in the lower east corner of the map, southeast corner. You can recruit essentially a number of units, not units, but a number of civilians to your side. Not that they do very much. They basically fire like a technician. Watch out for an APC that comes through. We already took out those units that come out of there. And they're going to have a couple vehicles as well that you're going to have to deal with. They still have some guys scattered around. Grenadiers will do you in. But you can run away from their grenades with your Nod buggies. They're quick enough, and you can kind of micro with them a little bit. But once you get into this area, you're going to run into that armored unit I was talking about. Your rocket launchers, rocket soldiers are going to be very useful here against these medium tanks. So make sure to send them in there. And what you have to do to take out their village is take out the civilians themselves. You don't have to worry about taking out all the houses or whatnot. If you do that, oftentimes there's GDI units hiding in the houses, so there's a good chance, a couple minigunners spring out or a grenadier springs out and they get in your way and they end up shooting you down. You end up dying. So you don't have to worry about doing that. Looks like, yep, there we go. That's it. So it's pretty simple. Just be quick, recruit some of those units that you come by, and that's really all there is to the 4th mission. It's pretty kind of a precursor to what you're going to see in ongoing missions, the next couple missions in this campaign. There's not really many setting up shop type of missions you see in GDI, and they can be freaking a pain in the butt. So that was the 4th one. Take out those civvies. Alright, so it's going to send you straight west. It's going to be your only option, Mauritania, and you're going to get another briefing from Seth.
Before you can truly shape the future, you must first possess the past. Assimilate our history, for it is your own. Kane wants you to view this.
Accessing Brotherhood archives. The Brotherhood desires a world of peace, unity, and eternal brotherhood. The Brotherhood springs from the lowest of places, offering unity and peace to otherwise neglected and abused nations. Tiberium heralds the dawn of a new age. The Brotherhood embraces this age, harvesting Tiberium to further expand our collective beliefs. Tiberium continues to confound the scientific community, soaking up ground minerals and soil nutrients like a sponge. The end result of this unique leaching process creates the formation of Tiberium crystals, rich in precious metals and available for collection with a minimum of mining expense.
I have good news. While I was at a top-level briefing with Kane, I made mention of your accomplishments and efforts. He's somewhat impressed, and is interested to see how you handle your next assignment. Kane needs Niger, and his personal commander is massing an assault through Algeria. We need to be assured that GDI's A-10 Warthogs flying out of Lagos do not hinder his progress. Your goal is to set up surface-to-air missile batteries and destroy the GDI airbase. You have caught Kane's eye, and he is watching. Do not fail me.
Alright, Seth is clearly not having it right now. He's a jealous man, is what you would call it. The green monster of envy is just oozing out of him right now. That is all Seth is reduced to. But that won't be for long. That is not for us to worry about, though, right now, and this is one of the few missions where you get to set up shop with the MCV. A vehicle you're very familiar with when you're playing as the GDI component of the campaign. Of the game, excuse me. But set up shop here, no real need to move. If you want to move, you can move slightly west or maybe slightly north, give you a little bit closer access to Tiberium fields. There's a Tiberium field due north and due west. A couple of them due west. So you can just plop it down, be ergonomical, be economical with your space. And I remember playing this the first time. One of the concerns about this mission is, so just send a minigunner up there. You want to send a minigunner. Your northernmost structure or unit is going to be the one targeted by A-10 Warthog strikes. So if you're going to get assaulted by a Warthog, it's going to go against your northernmost structure or unit. So just do a cheap minigunner. It's your cheapest asset that you can create. Obviously sandbags you would think, but they don't target sandbags. Obviously the AI doesn't recognize it. So there's your map. Get that comm center up soon. This mission is going to be really easy. The only attacks that they will mount against you are all infantry based. Jeez, this dog, I just want to punt. What is it doing? I've taken it out multiple times and should be completely content. It's basically never without its owner is the main issue. Never, ever, so it's a little baby. I can't stand it, sorry guys, just can't do it. But you'll see they'll drop actually a transport helicopter far north, and they have like a quick assault at grenadiers and whatnot. They always do this in this campaign, but in this mission it's really not too difficult though to deal with. Sorry about those continued barks. It's bothering me as well. As per usual, I like to get 2 harvesters going, so get those 2 guys rolling, have them drop off a good amount of Tiberium, and I forgot to have my minigunner out there, so no wonder I get to repair my Tiberium refinery, so that's going to take a decent amount of funds. Send him back there. You don't want to send him really over that cliff, because if you send him over that cliff, that's going to put them in range of the Humvees that come by, so I mean, hey, it's up to you if you want to get in the way of those Humvees, but they're not going to stand up. So they'll keep piling in some infantry. You don't have the opportunity to make turrets or guard towers yet, which is kind of puzzling considering your tech tree is far enough advanced for that. So you're just going to have to rely on kind of a group of units. To win this one, once again, I rely on engineers. Who would have thunk it? Must have been a drunken. So you're just going to be pumping out some engineers and kind of decoying them with a combination of recon bikes and nod buggies. Come to learn that nod recon bikes are probably my favorite reconnaissance unit in any RTS game. One of my favorite that I've played that is strictly kind of a recon unit, whether you're comparing scout cavalry or buggies or Humvees or I don't care what you want to use, but they're so fast, and it's kind of rare that they also have an anti-air quality to them. It's usually an anti-infantry. But you could be saying the same about IFEs, I suppose, but IFEs are extremely versatile. Kind of a cool creation into the Command & Conquer universe. Cool dynamic there. So initially you want to explore a little bit more, give yourself a chance to maybe defend against a couple attacks that might come in. that bridges are always blocked in this game. The computer likes to, or the designers would like to block off those bridges. So keep going up here. You're going to find a little loophole in their defenses. It's a sandbag barrier up here that they think is going to keep you out, but it's not. So that is why I brought the recon bike as opposed to the buggy. You bring that recon bike up there, and you can target those sandbags and take those sandbags out. Take out that medium tank. Looks like they actually did bring one in. That's kind of rare. You can build some light tanks in case you're getting a little paranoid with GDI armor, but they only have one harvester to rely on, so their funds are pretty sparse. They don't really mount a huge offensive at any point. Keep pouring these guys out. Defend your base up, and gosh dang. Recon bikes are super light in terms of their defense though and their hit points, so that is kind of a sucky investment in return. $500 for that light of a vehicle. Looks like they're burning up there. But once you get that area to explore, they're going to have that medium tank spotted out by their con yard. You can easily draw them away from there and get that medium tank to pursue you elsewhere. We're going to try to do that here, and instead have your engineers trail and then just scoop right in. Once you capture that con yard, scenario mission's pretty much done with. Really nothing to be concerned about. There we go. Send them up there. Couple more. Alright, so this is going to be interesting. I'm not so sure about this Humvee, but if you have 3 of these guys with you, a buggy, a recon bike, and a light tank, that's all a good variety. That's a good mix if you're playing rock, paper, scissors here. Obviously your light tanks are best against these Humvees. Recon bikes actually would go down pretty easily. Run, you sucker, over! I'm gonna run you. Alright, just kill him. Alright, whatever. And watch out, when you're coming over here, it can get pretty dicey. You click on them harvesters, all hell's gonna break loose on you, okay? So be careful where your cursor's going. You don't want to drag that sucker over a harvester. Next thing you know, they got GDI all the way from freaking Romania sending backup. Pretty soon they're sending whatever his name is. Is it Nick Parker? Parker, Commando, and Renegade? Is that what it is? Freaking can't. Oh, this is not going to be good. Oh, this is not good. They snuffing me out. They snuffing me out over here. Oh man, Humvee just shot me down. Oh frick! You son of a mother. That Humvee was just tracking me. I didn't think their AI was going to be smart enough for that. Alright. Well, we're going to have to do this crap again. So I'd make a couple more armored units this time maybe than we had before. Rocket Soldier's kind of too much of a liability going through other Humvees and Tiberium fields for my sake. So I'm probably not going to make too many of them. I leave the nuclear... Freaking kidding me. Forgetting to do that northernmost unit. Stupid glitches with super weapons and nonsense and triggers and all this stuff you can get around. And this dog is pathetic. It's like... wants to go on the... Your friend's not here. I'm sorry. Jasmine. Hey. Dog. Come here. Come here. Nope. It's not responding to me. Good. So I like to leave most of these units over here just for kind of like a final rush once I get my engineers in there and all their structures captured. So we're going to start moseying over there this way. This should be enough. It looks pretty clear over here. If you're wondering what's on that plateau, it's just nothing but a small town in Mauritania. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be the point of conflict, essentially, where we're at. But I always found it such a disadvantage for us. I don't know if the creators intended for this, but GDI obviously being tan, they just work so well into this landscape. Sometimes you just don't recognize where some units are. I've had that issue in certain missions where it's really heavy infantry based early on, and I've had units killed because I thought, what are you doing? Engineers wanting to get their noses into here. You're gonna get some silos action when you're on the pursuit sometimes, so make sure you're pumping out either units or another structure. Target one of them, get that con yard. Next thing is get a silo. I'd recommend maybe getting that refinery, capture it while the harvester's in there, sell it off initially, then you can make a barracks and then start producing your own engineers in their base. Eating them out from the inside out. Eating them out. I didn't like that. I didn't like that usage I had there. Don't say eating them out. I don't like that. We'll go eating them up from the inside out. There we go. Slip my tongue. So that one is your red harvester now. You got 3. They got none. No way to get any more for them. Unless they were to pull some engineer nonsense. But plop this guy down and you can start capturing more of their silos. Communications center. Whatever suits your fancy. And from here you can kind of send those units that you did have saved up. They just have 1 guard tower, a bevy of infantry units, and maybe a Humvee at this point. So it looks like they targeted me up there. They might go for your con yard. It's no big deal. I'm just going to sell everything eventually. This 6-smithing is a mofo, though. Got around you. Alright. So we got a Humvee, barracks, 2 guard towers. My bad. Sayonara, sucker. Flamethrowers just burn through freaking buildings. It's lovely. Burn the armor! Burn the armor. Flame you up. Let's get flamed. You wanna bite? Come here. Come here. Oh, where you going? Pussed out? Yeah. I'm gonna ruin you. Oh, looks like you're trying to ruin me. I need some rocket soldiers in this joint. Some rocket soldiers up here. So flamethrower is essentially the grenadier alternative for Nod. They can kind of be a pain. They're a blessing and a curse. All of a sudden they're mowing down units. Next thing you know, you accidentally hit one of your own guys and 7 of them go up in flames all at once, and you're like, how the heck did this go so wrong? Well, that's what happens when you play with fire. Pun intended. So whatever's left, come in and eat up the leftovers here with those remaining units at your base. You can sell off whatever ish you want. Get some funds real quick before it all goes the flames. Get some of your own infantry out there. Do whatever you want, and make sure you do not sell your con yard right now, because if you do and you have not built a SAM site, the trigger for this mission will not work and you will not win. It will be no mission accomplished for you. I've done this before. Mission accomplished. Watch the cutscene here. A-10 airstrike, not today. SAM site you technically need. They kind of build it up like it's a bigger deal. Oh, these guys are coming in from Lagos. King's gonna get all over you if you don't build up these SAM sites and all. Seth is just trying to freak you out. Really nothing to worry about. Just mow through them units. Mow through their base. Those A-10 airstrikes will come every once in a while, but nothing you cannot handle, not by any means, not by any stretch of the imagination. So we'll select where we'll be going next. The next mission is a real pain. The 6th mission, I like to choose the Ivory Coast selection. You're going to get given 3 options. So we're working on the western side of Africa now. Before we move south, it ends in Johannesburg. If you didn't want to know, I'm sorry. Little spoiler. And we'll watch this brief cutscene. So I will see you guys next time.
I was starting to trust you, but now Kane has asked for your services specifically. He thinks you can handle this. GDI has imported a nuclear detonator, and Kane's intelligence shows it hasn't even been unpacked yet. Since you seem so brilliant, sneak into the GDI base with a small task force, find the crate, and get out, if you can. And if you're lucky, I'll have a helicopter waiting for you.